your hand in your skirt, 'cause keep your hand in your skirt is a fun way to remind yourself to mind your own business. You are a woman who manages her own set point, so ladies, keep your hand in your skirt.
Hello and welcome. Keep your hand in your skirt. My name is Sabrina. I am your host, Keep Your Hand in Your Skirt podcast. Have you been minding your own business, managing your own set point, taking care of your own vibration? I hope so. Today's topic actually is going to be about time. Time and space versus space and time versus how fast time goes. Today is actually my son's 20th birthday. So 20 years ago today, I was at the hospital preparing to give birth to my son. So it is a day of reflection for me. It is a day of just observing time. And what's really fun about reflecting and what's really fun about my relationship with my son is we do a lot of conversations about what was it like 20 years ago today? What were you doing the night before? How did you feel? Right? We do a lot of like reflections, as well as we project out to what do you think it's going to be like 1 year from today? Because my son will be gone. I'm not imagining I'll even live in the same state as him 1 year from today. So it's fascinating when you think about time. So the first thing I want to say about time is, for those of you who are having any challenges or any feeling like time is going by slow, because maybe there's some cycles or situations in your life that just feel like they're moving so slow, like this too shall pass. Seasons and cycles change and they pass. So when you're like, I was a single mom, a stay-at-home mom, when you have that mindset of your children, all the activities, all the responsibilities, like even though it's super, super rewarding, it's also can be overwhelming. It also can feel like a lot of responsibilities. And when somebody tries to tell you, well, hold on tight because this time will change, like once you're in it, like it's hard. It can be like, yeah, it's not changing tomorrow or next week, next month, next year. What do you mean it's going to change, right? Because it's so hard to like go so far out into the future. But as we know, life always changes, right? Life in seasons, cycles, people, everything always changes. So like today, right, with my 20-year-old son, I'd give anything to be able to go back in time, right? I'd give anything, even those hard moments, even those difficult moments where, you just, you're exhausted. Like from this point where I don't have any of those things and I have a fresh perspective, I have my mind is, clear, right? I'm not sleep deprived. I'm not nothing like, it would be so fun to go back in time. And so it just makes me think like, what would our future self say to you, this now you? So today's October 4th, 2022, October 4th, 2022, what great numbers, right? So what would October 4th, 2032 tell you? Let's just go 10 years into the future. Like 10 years into the future, would that aspect of you give anything to just fully be like loving this moment, to be back into this now space? I don't know, maybe you will, maybe you won't. But it kind of shifts everything, right? It kind of flips everything. So that makes me want to talk about, I'm in a law of attraction group, a local meetup group. And one of the gentlemen in the group, he's like a really, really deep thinker. And he loves the paradigm shifts. So he's always like finding juicy nuggets to like share, because he likes it when somebody was like, oh, like I never thought of it that way, right? Like that's what gets him high, is that, wow, I never looked at it that way. So he gave me a paradigm shift, and I want to share it with you about time and space versus space and time. So on our planet, on a polarity planet, we have been raised and conditioned to have time go in a linear sequential order. Like in our books, we have a beginning, we have a middle, and then we have an end, right? Like, so we do things in, right? Are you following me? We do things in this linear sequential order, right? You're one, and then you're two, and then like we can bank on it, we can rely on it. It's step by step, right? Well, when you pop into a different dimension, into a different reality, into a different frequency, life is not beginning, middle, and end, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be 2, 8, 1, 6, 10, right? Like it's abstract. It's a spiral, right? A spiral. It's not containable in the way it's containable or trackable or logical or linear in our 3D reality. So time and space is extremely different, and that's why all of the thought leaders, all of the thought leaders who have access to science-based information as well as just personal information, when you jump dimensions, when you jump timelines, when you're in a different frequency, whatever word you like to say, they're different terminologies. It's kind of talking similar experiences, similar vibrational things. But when you are functioning from your multidimensional aspect, time and space is different. And that's why we can have instant manifestations, right? Because we don't have the time lag that we have on this planet. So what Ron was talking to me about is we tend to word things. Remember, our words are super powerful. Abracadabra, I create as I speak. We tend to word things, language things, speak things into the future. But then you can never get to the future because you're always trying to get there, right? So if I say, like I had knee surgery, right? A separate story, but he used the example of my knee. So I could say, like, today my knee is like, I'm in a lot of pain, I'm in a lot of discomfort. I'm hoping by a week from today it will be better. I'm hoping next week it's going to be better. I'm hoping next week, right? So I've put time before the manifestation, right? Like, so I've said, like in my mind, I'm saying I need 7 days to feel better. In a week, I'll feel better. In the future, I'll feel better. But what if we could collapse time? What if we could just pull time out of the equation? And what if I just started saying my knee feels better right now? It's better right now. Like I'm accessing a dimension or a frequency or a reality where my knee feels better now. Like, I'm starting to feel some comfort. I'm starting to feel some relief. It's getting, like, every second it's healing, right? And we pull the time out of the equation. Now, are we going to have instant manifestations that the need all of a sudden feels 100% great? Well, that's going to depend on your belief system. Do you believe you can radically change and alter what you think about the healing of your knee? If you believe that you can, and if that's a true belief, not just because words are free and cheap, right? I can tell you whatever the hell I want to tell you, but if my vibration doesn't believe it, if I have mixed energy around it, if I have incongruent beliefs around it, if it's not pure, I'm not going to be able to have the manifestation, right? Because vibration doesn't lie. Can't fool vibration, right? And vibration doesn't care either, which is what I like. Vibration doesn't care if it takes 2 months, 2 years, 20 years for your knee to feel better, right? Vibration is just going to give you what you're a match to. So have we been using time to slow down what we would like to actualize or manifest or experience emotionally or physically? Have we unintentionally made the mistake of sitting in a time-space reality instead of collapsing the time and intentionally hopping into a space-time reality? Do you see the difference? Isn't that really, like, so good? Like, it's super good. Because, like, when you start to, like, because, it's a concept, right? You really got to shift your mind around the concept. But what I like about it, it gives me power, because I don't have to weigh it. And remember how Abraham always says that, like, remember the question, and the girl says, I think you want me to be so happy about my lover that I don't even care that he's not here. And Abraham's like, yes, we want you to be so happy about your lover that you don't even notice that he hasn't shown up yet. right? Because they're collapsing time. They want you to have the experience as if it's already happening. Collapse the time. And that's what will help us to align, become resistance free, to drop the stories of limitations, fear-based thoughts, whatever they may be. But what's great, like the universal law of attraction, the universal law of vibration, it doesn't have a point of view. It doesn't have a point of view if your lover's in your bed, or your lover's 2 months out, or your lover's 20 years out. It's neutral. But you can get into that by intentionally taking intentionally taking time and collapsing it, removing time out of the equation. You can have it now, energetically, through your imagination, for sure, if you want. I mean, because what is your imagination, right? Well, like, we're always using our imagination, but are you using your imagination to serve you, or are you using your imagination to slow you down, or to scare you, or to harm you? Like, are you worried about, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow, or how long is this going to take before I get this money, or when am I going to meet this guy, what's going to happen? Like, I can use my imagination to have fear-based thoughts, scarcity thoughts, or I can use my imagination like, ooh, it's so fun waking up and smelling his cologne. Oh, I like it, right? Like, it's so good. So time and space. And as a fun little game to do, like, what would you like to tell your past self, and what would you like to tell your future self? What would your future self like to tell you? And so just to bebop around and collapse the time and access these different aspects of you that have different knowings, right? Your 2022 self has a different knowing than your 2012 sense. Your 2032 self knows something that your 2022 self does not know, or has not yet experienced. So why not play, if it excites you, if it's your highest excitement, why not play with these ideas, these concepts, these imaginations, these games? Just collapse time and go get the nuggets, and then you can celebrate or not. So in honor of my son's birthday, happy birthday, Andre. Thanks for listening. Keep your hand in your skirt. Bye-bye.
Manage your own set point. Use tools to change your vibration. Raise your set point. Thank you for listening to the Keep Your Hands in Your Skirt podcast. Make sure to subscribe and please leave a review. We really appreciate that effort, and we'll catch you in the next episode.